welcome to our panel and welcome to all of you. Just a very quick recap as to how we got here. So the idea for this panel came out of consultation with the industry and some of the challenges that were faced by indie game developers in Australia. In 2009, games companies worldwide started to feel the pinch of the GFC, and over the next couple of years were forced to lay off hundreds of skilled game staff. Pioneer studios such as Melbourne House, Blue Tongue Transmission, Pandemic and THQ all closed their doors. 2010, the high Aussie dollar made Australian studios less attractive on the worldwide market. Even rock stars of the Australian gaming world, Team Bondi, struggled to attract finance and published their AAA game, Horror of the Orient, off the back of the phenomenally successful LA Noire. Sounds like doom and gloom, right? Well, believe it or not, in 2012, the ABS conducted a census that showed that even though the number of people employed in the industry had declined since 2017, the actual number of game studios increased by 85%. And this is believed to be the result of all those people being laid off from the AAAs, opening up their own smaller indie studios. Now, these new companies are now more focused on changing player demographics, and that's been driving the development of newer business models, some of which we'll talk about today. Other contributing factors have been the ease of publishing games through online stores such as Steam, and for mobile apps for Apple's App Store and Google's Android market. And now, with access to console development software more freely available, indies can compete on a much larger scale. So, far from imploding, the games industry is in a constant state of evolution, and there is arguably more capacity and opportunity for innovation these days than ever before. So on that note, we're here today to talk about the business of gaming, building a strong foundation, establishing a company culture that's right for you and your team, finding the money and then keeping it, and the importance of being competitive on the international stage. The Creative Industries Innovation Centre recent report into the digital games industry revealed that the interactive games market earned $1.6 billion in revenue in 2011 and is forecast to grow annually, 7.4% annually in the 5 years to 2016 to $2.2 billion, which is great news for all of you. However, surviving and thriving in a dynamic industry throws up its own pressure points. Some challenges specifically impacting digital games development include high Aussie dollar, limited revenue streams, lack of marketing plan, volatile earnings and speculative returns, lack of management skills, limited capital, rapid technological change, and staff burnout. And we'll talk about some of these today. And we'll hear from our panellists on how to respond to those pressures. So what are some steps you can take towards building a sustainable business? Well, you can revisit the business model. We'll talk about that in detail. You can migrate from fee-for-service to an IP-based model. You can exploit the rise of gamification across all markets, learn to write marketing plans, improve your financial projection and analysis, invest in new technologies and skills, and seek venture capital or other funding.